Hello everyone, welcome back to Age of Blood on Light. This is Giovanni. So I wanted to tackle this topic of what's going on in this modern day. There's just so much sexualization going on, so much glorification of porn, and I've been thinking about doing this topic for a while, so I wanted to finally break it down and give you my 2 cents and what I see through my mind's eye. And so I want to bring awareness, so some people probably will become offended, defensive, and that's fine, I don't care. You can become pissed off, I don't care. Those who most likely be pissed off are part of the Jezebel worship, or a nihilist, or have that communist mindset. So yeah, there's you obviously see so much of this stuff, glorification, and how women throw themselves out there for the attention, and obviously this wave of modern feminism, total opposite of what feminism really represents, and this is all Jezebel worship. It's the Jezebel energy. It's like within so many of them, you can see that, like, there's no life in their eyes. Like if you go on dating apps and dating websites and you see it, like there's all the same thing, just the same look, the same body language, the same energy, and for example, it's like, what MGTOW talk about, how I'm not saying all women, because there are great women out there, and I'm manifesting that more of these great, genuine women out there. They're out there, so I'd rather manifest them being around instead of these Jezebels, those who are in that Jezebel energy. Like so many of them, it's nuts jobs, like who falsely accuse you of things, and who like play victim. And you notice, like, I'm not gonna bash somebody based on any mental issue that they have, but if you look at the traits of the Jezebel, and then you look at the traits of an individual who has BPD, rather male or female, it resonates with that so much, and that energy is just so corrupt. Like, especially when you start to see it, understand it more and more. And it's a spiritual war. Like, you see things happen on the physical, where men who get falsely accused of shit and then end up going in prison, where they end up killing themselves over something that they didn't even do, or end up getting killed, or something that they did not do. And these no conscious individuals have no remorse, do not care, just because they want to victimize themselves, or claim that just because they had changed their mind, like right after they had was intimate with someone, then they decided they didn't like it, so they wanted to falsely accuse them of rape or anything else, like they were physically attacked when it didn't happen. Or for example, there was one video of one guy who he was recording, which is a smart thing to do. He wrote to a woman because he had asked multiple times to stop blasting her music because they're like their neighbors, and she still does it. So he just wanted to ask her, like, he was very assertive, and she just started screaming, like, oh, help me, he's hurting me, call the police, help me. And then she's grabbed her phone to call the police, when he literally just asked her nicely to please stop, like blasting your music really loud. And it's a good thing that he was recording it. So that's just an example of the shit that's going on in this modern day in Western society, which I know always been happening, but this thing is like happening everywhere. Like, especially like in South Korea, like there's so many men who committed suicide over this shit, because it's like the justice system there is like, I would say it's part of Jezebel worshiping, the Jezebel agenda, because they're taking their side so much, and they feel like they have so much power in this Western society, self-entitled attitude. Like, you do not deserve the title as queen. I personally, like, even if you did, like, I'm not gonna call you that. I'm not a simp. So, and I'm calling out the simps who always like simping and on Facebook and shit. Like, you're just fucking ridiculous. Like, you're just giving away your energy to these psychic vampires, these Jezebel psychic vampires. Like, you're fucking ridiculous. You're weak, man. So it's just like so much of that here in Springfield, Massachusetts. So much of that other places. especially in Salem, Mass, Northampton, Mass. You see that feminist Jezebel energy everywhere in their fucking eyes and shit. Like these guys, for example, they're so weak. Like they it's like you're supposed to be a gentleman and walk when the woman is on the inside, when you're walking on the sidewalk. But these guys are so weak that they always allow them to walk on the other side. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's just like it's very beta. Like, and these guys, like, they're giving so much of their energy to these Jezebels over social media, giving them their attention and wasting their seed. And they're just like, you're basically giving away your divine masculine. You can't embrace it. If you're holding on to your sexual energy as a man, or harnessing it, or at least like when you do climax, you're actually using it to manifest, or like, or practice anking to create that energy within you at least. But if you're gonna keep wasting it on these Jezebels, and you're giving away your testosterone, you're giving away your creative power, and you're not reaching your divine masculine. And all this is happening purposely in this modern day to keep us from reaching our divine masculine. And obviously porn affects women as well, etc. And but it's literally a war on men, and this needs to be addressed more and more so it can be known. And obviously there's like a lot of red pill guys who put it out there as well, so I appreciate it. So I'm not claiming to be like the first one to do this, so I'm happy that there's so many red pill information out there that puts this out there. And it's, you can't just like go throughout this life without putting on your armor of God, because this is literally a war on everyone, and even a war on women in a way, because all this is being glorified and making them feel like they're entitled to be this way, and it's just bringing them down to their lower selves instead of embracing the Most High within themselves, and then actually have morals and ethics, and can actually be someone who actually deserves respect, instead of being that self-entitled person who think that they had to be respected even though they're not earning it, especially not earning the title queen. So I understand, most people understand this, but yo, MGTOW, like, you guys need to understand, this is a spiritual war. This is Jezebel energy. This is what we're facing. Like, I'm not claiming to be a MGTOW. I do follow some of the principles that understand it. And so, in a way, it's kind of like MGTOW is divine masculine starting it, because a lot of guys are focusing on themselves and not giving their energy to these energy vampires who just want attention and shit, and then blame others for being objectified. It's natural for a man to have that animalistic to attract to women, even other women, identify other women. So you can't just blame us, but like, you're placing yourself in that position by how you present yourself on social media or like in public and whatnot. So you can't really just be like, it's kind of like you're victim blaming yourself, so. And I'm not saying that someone who dealt with sexual assault, like, it's your fault. I'm not blaming you, just make that clear. And maybe some people still try to like gaslight and claim that I am just because you're a sour bitch, but okay, whatever. I'm not gonna react to that just because you're an immature person in an adult's body, a child in an adult's body. So but just to let you know, like, we're fighting back spiritually. Like, I call upon Yeshua, I call upon Archangel Michael, I call upon other goddesses to fight against this bitch, this energy. And I encourage people, especially men, to practice harnessing your sexual energy so you can understand your true divine power as a fucking god, a fucking sigma male or alpha male, and embrace your testosterone and stop being a weak bitch wasting your energy and giving in to these Jezebel energies and these Jezebel worshippers in this modern day full of nihilists and these freaking communist-minded people, so. With that said, I just want to throw that out there. I couldn't have said it any better. So have a good day, blessings, and 8-8.